These two passengers arriving from Poland presented at the primary line together, but they claim not to know each other. An inspection of both men's travel documents has raised officers' suspicions.
That's approximate. They've got the same booking number. They sat next to each other. So the same booking number has come all the way from Poland to Dubai to Sydney. It's all too coincidental.
Yeah, I agree.
Both men have now been taken aside for formal interviews.
Could you tell me what the purpose of your travel is to Australia today?
Ze wspólnotą maałowską.
I come here for a visit, to relax and to have contacts with the Polish community here.
Did you travel alone today?
Tak.
Yes.
So can you explain to me then how you had this traveling companion that you arrived with when you came through the border today?
Nas skierował właśnie do tych panów, gdzieśmy to wypisywali.
After landing, we walked just together to the passport point.
Initially you told me on the line that you actually met in Dubai. So I'm just wondering why, like, the story is different now. Did you know this person, this travel companion, did you know him in Poland?
Nie, na pewno. Nigdy przedtem go nie
No, I didn't know him before. I saw him on the plane.
Okay, so can you tell me how it is then that you've got the same address on your incoming passenger cards? You're staying in the same place?
Ja nie wiem tego.
I don't know about that.
The passenger continues to plead ignorance about the coincidences found between his and the other Polish man's travel itineraries,
Tak.
raising Officer Alicia's suspicion that he's not telling the truth.
This booking reference number for your flight is the same reference number as your travel companion that arrived with you today. Could you explain that?
Ja mówię panu, że go poznałem w samolocie.
No, I don't know. As I told you, I met him on the plane.
At Brisbane International Airport, Border Force officers routinely check passengers' bags for any prohibited or undeclared items. An officer is inspecting the luggage of a returning marketing student from China.
So which university are you studying at?
UQ.
Keep that one out.
So far, the officer has found one pack of 25 cigarettes, and that's the limit for duty-free tobacco to be brought into the country.
Come out what you've got in your pockets and just put them on here for me. 3 packs.
Another 2 packets have emerged from his pocket, and that's 2 too many.
Card. Used to be able to bring 50 cigarettes in, now it's only 25 cigarettes, so he had 200. We do give a little bit of leeway, so we try to educate. No longer 50,
No.
It's been 25 cigarettes.
What?
All you're allowed is 25 cigarettes into Australia today. Am I going to find any more cigarettes in this one?
No, I don't.
You don't think so?
The search continues, and the officer discovers a number of legitimate food items.
What's in this one?
Snacks. Snacks. Snacks as well.
Snacks as well.
But what turns up next is another 2 packets of undeclared cigarettes.
These are concealed.
Sorry?
These are concealed in your shoes.
Maybe, well, I just smoked this one.
So why are you carrying those if you just smoke that one? Why are you carrying somebody else's cigarettes? We pay a very good duty here in GST in Australia. So, yeah, they sell it usually onwards to other students, and they sometimes can make a living out of cigarettes.
I'm not sure, maybe my dad fucking thinks.
I asked you if you knew what was inside your bags, and you said yes, you're aware of the contents. Yes, they were concealed in his shoes today. He did say his father put them in there, but I think he may have known they were in there. What's inside here?
With more and more packets coming to light,
Really?
it looks like this marketing student could be trying to run a business of his own.
So am I going to find socks and undies in this one, or else am I going to find some more cigarettes?
I don't know.
In Melbourne, Biosecurity Officer Maurice has been called over to the Border Force bench after an initial search of this passenger's bag revealed an abundance of undeclared items.
Okay, I've had a referral today from a passenger travelling to Australia from India. He had failed to declare any foodstuffs, although he had declared other items on the card for Border Force. Did you understand the questions?
No understand.
Yes, I think you do.
No, I no understand.
Well, how did you manage to answer these questions, but none of the rest? It asks specific questions about plant products, you've got food, and you've said no. Border Force officer told me that his language was quite good when she first spoke to him, but then obviously it dropped right off and he was literally not speaking English.
Officers now start the enormous task of sorting through all the passengers' foodstuffs.
Quite a lot of food you brought, sir.
Curry, smelly stuff.
It's not long before a number of restricted items are uncovered.
We've got fresh chilli that can be propagated or grown. It's kind of a bean seed, bean pod. They have viable seeds inside it. Fresh and viable and extremely dangerous to our environment.
With the dead-o. Big trouble.
Very big trouble.
And the high-risk goods are littered all through his bag.
Fresh coconut too. If it was dried and desiccated, not a problem. But when it's still reasonably fresh, not allowed. It asks you about fresh food and you said no. Sorry doesn't cut it, sir. The laws here say you must declare this.
Officers now find an item of particular concern.
Fresh ginger. You've got dirt, the roots, so anything that's in the soil is still attached to this ginger. They might have been planning to use it as a start-up, but that's disgusting, really.
This apologetic passenger is already facing serious consequences. And now things are about to take a dramatic turn when officers make an even more concerning discovery.
I want to know what's in here, though. Ooh.
In Brisbane, a Chinese marketing student has been stopped trying to bring in multiple packets of undeclared cigarettes.
So am I going to find socks and undies in this one, or else am I going to find some more cigarettes?
And now the Border Force officer finds another packet stashed in his shoes.
So that is a carton of cigarettes. So that's 200 cigarettes today. We see them concealed as gifts. They wrap them up like presents. We see them concealed in food products, in tea products, shoes, clothing. Anywhere they can conceal it, they will try it. We know where to look. I don't believe that your father put those cigarettes in there. You're a student here, you've been here a few years. I'm sure you knew quite well what was in there. His choices are that he can pay for the cigarettes or we can throw them in the bin. At the moment, we're actually seeing if we can impound, which is a fine on top of concealing the cigarettes. So my supervisor's checking with that at the moment.
Officers do decide to impose a penalty for a false declaration.
So you're paying double if you had declared.
And the student elects to pay both the fine and the duty owing.
We're going to pay. He was over, so he could have declared. He could have paid for his cigarettes, so it would have been about $138 today. But because he did not declare, he got an impoundment on top of those cigarettes. So for him today, it was $261.49.
So next time, if you declare the cigarettes, you're only going to pay the duty on them. You're not going to have a penalty. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay, that one's for you.
It looks like this student has learnt his lesson.
Wow, it's a lot of money, right? So maybe next time I know it's only 25 cigarettes.
We've got fresh coconut, chilies, ginger, we're still with dirt on it from where he's pulled it out of the ground.
At Melbourne Airport, officers have located a large amount of undeclared and restricted items in this man's bag.
This stuff doesn't come in. Sorry doesn't cut it, sir.
What they uncover next raises the concern.
I want to know what's in here, though. Ooh. Tip
tobacco.
The man declared tobacco on his incoming passenger card, but he may be trying to avoid paying duty and abandoning the excess tobacco, as he now claims it's something else.
No, it's not henna, it's tobacco. Yeah, you mix it with water.
Water,
And you chew it.
Water mix it, red color.
No, this is not henna.
Henna.
No, it's not henna.
Henna.
I'm not going to argue with you, it's not henna.
Henna.
The packages are taken away to confirm if it is in fact tobacco, while the search continues to uncover more unidentified, high-risk items.
What is that?
Shoot.
I thought it was...
Shoot, grower. Yeah, but it's got dirt in it.
Is it coconut? Ground up
No,
coconut?
no, shoot.
Sugar?
No sugar.
It's got dirt in it. Bug.
Is that all of his bags now? So that's over 8 kilos of stuff I'm seizing.
With the search completed and a mountain of undeclared food, this passenger could now be facing a serious penalty.
Taxi hotel,
This passenger from Poland claims he has only just met a fellow passenger. But officers suspect the pair are up to something, as they appear to have arrived together with identical booking reference numbers.
Yeah. He's adamant that they don't know each other.
He has made contradictory claims about how they know each other. And his travelling companion has given a different version of events altogether.
So when did he say they actually met?
On the plane, was it?
They met each other getting on the plane in Warsaw.
Okay, so that's 3 different versions of that story.
Yeah.
Okay.
Officers want to know why their stories are different and why they have come to Australia.
So how long have you been planning this trip to Australia for?
Ze wspólnotą maowską.
Since I was a child, I wished to come to Australia.
Why Australia? Is there anything in particular that you want to see in Australia?
Mi się kochała, że da rady kangury, to zobaczyć z bliska naturę.
Just to see the environment, to see nature, to see the kangaroos.
Despite claiming this trip is his childhood dream, he has little knowledge of what he'd like to see, and now he makes a surprising admission.
Through the Polish community here, I would like to contact people who belong to the AA. I don't know what he means with that.
I think he's talking about Alcoholics Anonymous. Can we please clarify that?
Tak, dla alkoholików to jest.
Yeah, alcoholics who want to recover.
It's an unusual reason to travel across the world, and Officer Alicia is concerned that he doesn't have the means to support his visit, after an earlier bag search revealed he had very few funds.
You had approximately $100 with you today. How are you going to survive if you use up this cash? Because I'm telling you, $100 is not going to get you very far in Sydney for 21 days.
At the Sydney International Mail Centre, Australian Border Force officers are X-raying parcels in an effort to detect any illicit or prohibited items, when a large parcel from Cameroon grabs their attention.
All right. Hey, V, come have a look at this, please. What do you reckon?
Yeah.
That's pretty interesting, eh? Let's have a look.
Have a look
see
at
where it's going.
What's it declared as?
Well, it says on here that it's hydraulic pumps. I mean, it looks like a hydraulic pump, but there's some organic matter all along here, there, and there. You might expect there to be oil in there, but the oil doesn't look like that. It doesn't look like this. Actually looks like it's powder, not oil. Just because the way that it's sitting, if it was oil, it'd be so more level.
Yeah.
To me, it looks like there's a concealment. So I think we better have a look at it.
Worth a look. Let's go.
Let's go.
The officers will now take the package into a deconstruction room to try and determine what the suspicious substance is.
So let's get it up on this bench. It's heavy. Yeah. It's just...
This is quite heavy, isn't it?
That is, yeah. It's going to be a bit hard to dismantle. I mean, look, it looks legitimate on the outside. I just think it's really heavy on its own.
Can you see anything?
No, nothing unusual, but it looks like it could be a seal, so it could be behind that. So from this end, no. Look, let's try and take it apart. If we can't get it open, last resort, we'll have to drill it.
The officer's suspicions are raised even further after evidence of tampering is shown on the screws of the pump, making it almost impossible to deconstruct, leaving Officer Marie with little choice but to drill into the cylinder.
Okay. There you go, we've gone through.
And when she does, what she finds will put the officers on high alert.
Okay, so you can see some powder on there, which we'll need to test now. So there's definitely something in there that shouldn't be.
In Melbourne, biosecurity officers have uncovered a massive amount of high-risk food items in this passenger's bags.
So that's over 8 kilos of stuff.
As well as the mountain of food, officers have now confirmed the substance which the man claimed to be henna is in fact tobacco, and that will bring him over the allowed limit.
Yeah, he checked it. All right. That's your choice.
The tobacco will be impounded and the passenger will receive a duty assessment. They must now decide his penalty in relation to the biosecurity offences.
Committed a couple of offences, providing false and misleading information. When questioned, he didn't answer or refused to answer. Sir, pay attention to me.
Officers are left with only one option.
You're going to be fined today, 360 Australian dollars for failing to declare the food, the plant material, the ginger. You've brought products into Australia that are a risk to our environment.
The passenger refuses to take responsibility for his actions.
Now, would you like to pay it today? Would you like to pay the fine today? You can talk to your son when you get outside. This is yours. You let your son read this, or I'll come with you and explain. Right. Let's go. We'll go outside. We'll explain to your son. I explained to them what had happened to him because they had some concern. They explained to him that he has 30 days to pay the fine. He still pretended not to understand, but I think he does understand more than he's giving up.
This traveller hopes to make contact with Alcoholics Anonymous members on his visit to Australia. But officers are concerned that he does not have enough funds to support his stay.
I'm telling you, $100 is not going to get you very far in Sydney for 21 days.
He now claims to be a successful business owner with a significant income.
So, can we get into your internet account for your company to look at these transactions?
No, because I don't have the password with me.
I find it really difficult to understand the fact that you are a sole operator of your company and that you can't remember the password for your account.
I organize with my daughter in the bank.
The passenger is obviously trying to avoid providing details of his financial status, so Officer Alicia tries a different line of questioning.
You mentioned that you have one daughter. Do you have any other children?
No, I don't have a daughter. I have 2 sons.
You just told me that your daughter organizes your bank account.
No, I don't have any daughter. I have 2 sons.
So who organises your bank account? Because that was a statement. Wait, let me speak. Who organises your bank account then?
I recently started to organize it online, but before that I used to do it in the bank directly.
So you do all your banking, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, so interview is now suspended at 10:44 hours.
With the man failing to provide any clear answers, Officer Alicia consults her supervisor.
The story changes with every single question. I cannot get a straight answer out of this guy.
Okay, so you can see some powder on there, which we'll need to test now. So there's definitely something in there that shouldn't be.
Border Force officers in Sydney are testing a sample of a suspicious white powder
Is there enough?
found inside 3
go.
hydraulic pumps sent from Cameroon. A narcotics indicator kit will reveal what the powder actually is.
Okay, so
There we go.
it's a positive result for methamphetamine. It looks like there's a hell of a lot of it in there. I reckon about from here all the way to here, that could be
There's
maybe
a lot
about
in
4
there.
kilos.
Yeah.
So we've now completed our process. We're going to package it up and then transfer it to the AFP, and then they will deal with it from there. Yeah, it's a pretty significant find. They think they can get away with it and sneak it through, but, you know, not through Border Force, mate.
Proceed on to Don Romeo.
This businessman from Poland is frustrating Border Force officers by failing to provide any straight answers. So he is now given a final chance to properly explain and give reasons as to why his visa should not be cancelled.
Tak, chciałbym się odnieść do tego, do paru wątków.
It has always been my dream to come here, and now especially I would like to meet some people from the AA community.
Okay.
Szczególnie mi chodzi o to środowiska.
The AA movement is going to have their 45th anniversary in Poland. He was hoping that he would meet some people from AA here and invite them to come to Poland so that they could share their experiences.
Przelewy to ja sam wypłacałem, tak dalej, bo...
I don't want to talk too much, but I wanted to do the things that I said I would do with AA because it's important to get better within that sobriety.
Okay.
Unfortunately for him, his response again fails to address any of the inconsistencies in his story.
After very careful consideration, I have made a decision, and that decision is that your visa has been cancelled. You will now be detained and removed from Australia as an unlawful non-citizen under Section 189 of the Migration Act of 1958. I don't doubt that he wants to come here to see his AA community, but my job is to look at the facts and to make an assessment based upon that.